Okay, so here we are once again. This is the one that you guys are waiting for. So we have discussed a little bit about other things, how to subdivide, how to import the geometry, and how to initialize it. Now, in this video, let's talk about what ZBrush is used mainly for, which is sculpting. So we have talked about interface and all. So if you haven't watched the previous episodes or videos from this series, which is ZBrush for Dummies, I would really highly suggest you do that first and then come to this video. And it's going to be a full course, so subscribe if you want to learn it, or if you want to be related to 3D art. So let's start without any delay. So I have just taken a polysphere. It's not a normal sphere. Sorry, it's not a polysphere. It's a dynameshed sphere. That's why dynameshed. It's already dynameshed. And so if you press S, you will get this draw size very quickly, which is right here. So instead of moving here and there, you already have your left hand on the keyboard, wherever it's WASD Alt space Control. So yeah, just for interface as well, you place your middle finger on S, A and D. It's like D the forefinger and then the middle finger on S, and then A this one, whatever it's this. So, and the pinky will be on Shift and thumb will be on Alt. That's how I do it. So yeah, so S will give you the draw size, which you can easily manipulate, which is very handy when it comes to sculpting. Let's take, so here if you see, you have a ton of brushes. The mostly we use is standard, move, smooth, clay buildup, polish, damn standard, and a lot more like pinch, slice and whatnot. Move topological as well. I rarely use those cloth brushes or any these IMM brushes for my organic sculpting. I don't use them actually. So let's start. So we have taken the move brush by going here on the brush section, and here is our move brush. So the shortcut for brushes is, if you want to select any brush, you have to press B, and the first letter of the brush, if it's standard, you have to press S, and then use C and remember whatever that is. For standard, what comes after S is T. So in this case, that's the top corner. If you see, it's T, and that's why if you want to select standard, we have to press B, S, T. But this is not applicable for all the brushes. Like move for after M it comes O, but what if you press B, M, O? It will give you something else. Okay, so for move it's a B, M, V. So this is something that you can remember just by pressing the first letter of the brush and looking at the top left corner of that brush thumbnail. In this case, BMV, BMT is move topological, BNV again move. So yeah, S is for increasing the brush size. Move is a very handy tool, so make sure you have that. And in my case, I have symmetry turned on by X. If you press X, you have symmetry. If you press X again, it will go away. So yes, X is the symmetry. And yeah, move, make sure you practice a lot of brushes on low subdivision level, because that's how you will know to control them. And whenever you want to smooth something, suppose you have something like this, you want to smooth this bulge, what you do, you don't go to the smooth brush. Whatever brush you have, if you press Shift, it's gonna, if you notice here, it's gonna switch to smooth brush, and as long as you hold Shift, it will smooth your geometry and it will be on smooth brush. So that's how you do it. BST will give you standard brush, which is, if we subdivide it, so you have learned subdivision and how to subdivide. If you haven't, go watch the previous video. So this is the standard brush, pretty standard. It's just a brush, that's all. So I might talk about this section separately. I already have that video. It's an old one, but whatever. So yeah, this is something, these are the properties which we will go into maybe in the next video or some point later. You can also take any alpha and your brush is going to behave in that way. Suppose if you right now we have strokes or dots, so if we select drag rect, what will happen? It's like drag in an alpha. So that's how the drag rect works. Yeah, pretty cool shape we have here. And yeah, make sure you watch this video, which is how to learn sculpting in 3 months, and remember to exercise whatever points I have given. Remember to exercise them. So suppose I mostly use one of my favorite brush, which is clay buildup. So for eye sockets and whatnot, for eye sockets, for nose, yeah, I mainly use clay buildup as well. So yeah, make sure you try out all the brushes. In the beginning, it's gonna be a little bit painful. You won't control your brushes, but make sure you sculpt on the lowest subdivision level, and you go detail more as soon as you think that if your subdivisions are out of your out of your details and it's getting too much low poly or it's jagged, then only and then you can subdivide. Otherwise, stick to the lowest subdivision level, because it will help you manipulate the geometry easier. If you want to move, if you want to smooth, suppose I have subdivided it and a couple of times, and then I say BCB, which is clay buildup, and I have this, and then I smooth it. What will happen? It's gonna give me hard time smoothing. So suppose I have the lowest subdivision level, or maybe a little bit higher. If I use clay buildup right here and I want to smooth it, it's going to give me smoother results. And if I want to create muscles, create anything which is basically forms in the beginning, so that's when your lowest subdivision level helps a lot. So that's it, what it is. And yeah, try out all the properties. You can also play with the materials if you want. There are plenty of materials. We have red wax, which you must have seen a lot of people use. I personally don't like the result. It doesn't give me accurate results, so I stick to basic or matte gray. It's my favorite one. You can also download from the ZBrush Central, or other people they sell it on ArtStation as well. So yeah, make sure you practice whatever I teach you. So that's pretty much it for the beginning of, or the basics of sculpting. DMV move brush, it's very important. And yeah, if you want to append any other object, suppose you want to add the neck for this guy, append, and you can take the cylinder. Alt click on any of the objects to switch between the objects, like this. Alt and click, come on, click, yeah. Or up down arrow, up arrow, down arrow, up arrow, down. That is also the same thing. Okay, so I hope my list doesn't crash. So that's how you append any object. You can scale them, again push them in. Once you think that you are happy with the changes what you were creating, you can merge them by coming down here and merge down. For organic sculpting, all these options are very useful. then you can come down to geometry and go to the Dynamesh and control drag on the empty area, and it's gonna merge the both of the objects into one single mesh. So it's very useful for adding objects seamlessly. If you want to add some some neck or maybe nose separately or ears separately, this way you can do that. And again, if you increase the resolution and then control click again outside, drag it, it's going to increase your Dynamesh resolution. So BCB, and now we have a lot of geometry to work with. So let's not make this video more lengthier. For now, this is pretty much it. What you can do is go ahead and try all these things by yourself, and let me know if you have any doubt, just in case, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.